Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of This Week in Miami. Here with my boy Alex. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Man. Another day, another dollar, another day above ground is always a good one.
Absolutely. A lot of information this week. Let's get right to it. This past weekend down in Miami, Lone Depot Park hosted the
Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas. Something interesting about it. Yeah, the Savannah Bananas came 37,000 people in that stadium. You can't tell me that it's not a market where baseball is wanted.
Yeah.
You can tell me it's the fans. Evidence there that it's 100% the product on the field.
100%, man. You see what happens when the World Baseball Classic comes to town too, right?
So, right. Excellent. Yes.
It's definitely the product, man. It's definitely the product. They've done a poor job. They've done a poor job of putting a good product on the field. I think we're moving in the right direction. I think there's some pieces in there that we could, that we could build off of. We had some guys win, Norby and Davidson, I think, had some AAA honors. Guys Otto Lopez and what's the other kid's name? They won some awards.
Xavier Edwards won an award too.
There you go. So there's some pieces there that we could, hopefully continue to develop, and coaching is huge, and that's we'll talk about that here in a little bit, about filling that managerial position. So a lot going on, but yeah, man, it's definitely the product. It's not the fans. The fans will go out there. Hell, the Savannah Bananas, I mean, they don't even play. I mean, they play baseball. Obviously, there's a couple of tweaks, right? There's tweaks. There's, you can make an out of the fan, which is pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of Cubans will eat that up. Coño, bro, si agarra un fly ball, es un aguacere. It's fun. It's exciting, right? They like that they bring that excitement, and so does the World Baseball Classic. Those guys play game with vigor and with a passion, and a lot of times it results in good baseball, right? So we're not asking for the Marlins to win 100 games, although that would be nice because we lost 100 games.
Well, I mean, what is it? The Marlins are doing pretty good. The New York Marlins. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Stanton just went yard.
Stanton, Jazz, Birdie.
Yeah,
these guys
Birdie,
in New York,
man.
And all of a sudden, hey,
remember when Birdie led the National League in steals, man? That seems like forever ago. But yeah, man, it's fun to see those guys succeed. It really is, because they were.
For me, it's aggravating.
I mean, you can't hold it against them. I mean, I'm sure ultimately, if they would have had a choice, some of those guys may have stayed here to play some ball, but
I'm not mad at them.
Right.
I'm mad at the situation.
Yeah, but happy for those guys, who are now winning, right? Because Jazz was, Jazz was electric. He was fun to watch. He was aggravating as fuck to watch too.
Yes, he was.
But now he's playing winning ball. They're in contention, man. They're on the verge of being 3-0 on Cleveland. So yeah, definitely the product.
So we spoke about I want to say last week we spoke about how the writing was on the wall with Skip Schumacher when they voided the final year of his deal. We're definitely in a managerial search, but it came out that Skip was offered an extension and he turned it down. I don't know the veracity of the report, but Skip felt comfortable and was doing one hell of a job with Kim Ng as our GM. In comes
your boy.
God, he should play for the Panthers. He's such a rat. In comes Bendix.
We don't put him near the Panthers.
That's true. Well, no, he can be in the rat suit. That's as close as I want him.
Yeah. Vito will mess that guy up. Vito's a scrapper.
So yeah, in comes Bendix, and that deal gets voided, and he gets fired. Matt, that's like I think I said last year. That's the third manager of the year we fired. Joe Girardi, Skip Schumacher, and there was one more. Uh,
I'm drawing a blank.
Whatever. The point is, manager of the years fired. So hell, you find guys that do a good job and kick them down the road for other franchises to snatch up.
Yeah,
But
and one thing I liked about Skip is that he came from an organization that's been a winning organization for many many years in St. Louis, man.
yeah,
So he brought that culture, he brought that attitude, and it delivered results almost right away.
right.
It's unfortunate, there was certainly some tension in the front office. Maybe some felt that he was the right guy, and maybe others not so much. Who knows? Who knows? Like you
And
said, who knows?
him and Kim Ang worked very well together, very well.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely under new leadership. I mean, maybe he wasn't. Bendix wasn't so fond of him. Whatever the case may be, it sucks all
Bendix
the way around.
isn't fond of anything that's not a calculator.
Yeah. Oh man. But that's on us too for you know bringing in somebody like that, man. I guess we certainly made a mistake. Um, at least as of right now, is what it seems like. I don't know that guy is going to take the organization where it needs to be. So it's frustrating to watch, and frustrating to watch the pieces fall away, and the not getting anything in return for the quality players that you've shipped off, and
I
and
mean,
then
he
like you
shipped
said,
off
I mean,
Mariah's, and what did he do? He won another batting title, nothing much.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he got traded and didn't strike out the rest of the season up until the last 2 weeks.
Isn't that crazy? Oh man, but what are you gonna do except just wait as a fan, or put in your application for GM.
I mean, you think they'd ever hire me?
I don't know. You got a pretty good resume.
They'd hate me. They'd hate me.
Oh,
I'm not a yes man, so they would definitely hate me. But some news did come out for possible replacements for Skip. The Marlins, it came out they did ask for permission to um, interview Craig Albernaz. He's the Guardians bench coach. Albernaz came from the Tampa Bay Ray organization, which surprise, so did Bendix. I feel like at some point he brought over Vidal Brujan. Now this guy, we're gonna be the Tampa Bay Marlins. So, um, in a little bit, they also asked for permission to interview the Tigers bench coach George Lombard. Um, and I'll give the Marlins this. They've been on the forefront of hiring
qualified females.
women. Yes, Alyssa
Yep.
Nakin, who was on the staff in San Francisco, is also being considered for the managerial position.
Yeah.
Kim Ang as GM and president of baseball operations, and now Alyssa Nakin under consideration for the managerial role. What are your thoughts on those three candidates so far?
Um. Hey, that's great. I really don't have much. I don't know a ton about. I've heard Lombard's name. Obviously, I don't know a ton about the other two candidates. I know Kapler did a great job over in San Francisco, or at least he's got a good rapport with players. I mean, I think that's important. I think he built a good culture over there in San Fran. I think he did. I mean, what was his record over there in San Fran? Do you know?
No, but I can look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up. I think he did fairly well. Um, he's no Dusty Baker, but um,
I mean, not many people are Dusty Baker.
so
So what was it? Hold on, because I had a thought. So here's here's my fear. His managerial record.
Maybe sub 500, something like that.
It's funny. All I get are
Where's our statistician?
his statistics. As a player. I don't get it as a man.
Here, buddy. Let me do you a solid. Hold on.
Yes, that
Game
would.
Champler managerial record. Oh, 456 and 411. 526.
Yeah, he's a good manager.
Yeah, he wins.
Yes,
Right, he wins, and anyone on his staff, I think I'm fond of. I'm sure, he had a good supporting staff in order to have success as a skipper. So I like that we're looking at Alyssa as a candidate. And is it Nakin?
Nakin. I get scared saying Nakin, so I'm just gonna stick with Nakin.
Nakin, yeah, it sounds better. So either way, man, a change has to be made. Somebody has to manage. I think it's important to have a culture change. I think we have to have a culture change. I mean, we really haven't established any sort of culture. I mean, we made the playoffs in a shortened season, which is cool. But outside of that,
we made the playoffs last year too.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Here's what scares me, and I lost focus because of the managerial thing. But the two candidates last year was going to be the guy who got fired from the White Sox and whose team lost 1 million games, and I believe it was somebody else. It was those two guys, and Kim Ang came in, put her foot down, and said Skip was going to be the guy. Sherman gave her and said, you know what, you get the benefit of the doubt, here we go. But with the track record of this organization wanting to pick those other two guys, and it took Kim Ang to come in and bang the table for Skip Schumacher, what can we expect from a managerial hire this time around? Are we just going to allow them to make that mistake? Because I mean, I'm out for.
Why do you feel strongly against any other candidates?
I don't know enough about any of the candidates. There were bench coaches.
All
I have is their this regime's track record of hiring, and they wanted to hire the guy who the White Sox hired, and he got fired less than a season in.
Yeah.
So that scares me a bit. It's not that I feel strongly about any one candidate.
It's always tough to evaluate how successful a bench coach is going to be. It's a crapshoot, man. It's you're trying to see who may be a better fit for the team, who may get the best out of the players that you have on the roster now. Certainly it's a lot of young guys. So who's had experience with a lot of young talent in the past. These are going to be things that are going to be tossed around for either of these candidates to say, hey, pick me. I think I can be successful because I've done this, and this. It's really hard to evaluate how successful a bench coach is going to be in an actual managerial position. So it's tough. I think I hope they'll do their due diligence. I would favor Alyssa right now. I mean, obviously, the Guardians certainly have played well. I mean, that's a tough AL Central. I don't know how long Craig Alvarez has been in his role. Like you said, I'm not thrilled. I'm sorry. That's the Guardians bench coach.
Yeah, Lombard is the Tigers bench coach,
and then Lombard. Obviously, the Tigers in the AL Central as well. They performed well. So these were teams that have been accustomed to winning. Maybe the Tigers. I mean, they had a few bumps in the road, but the Guardians and the Giants, those are winning organizations.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, there's only two ways to go. And I wouldn't be opposed to bring a blast from the past. Someone in the ilk of a Freddie Gonzalez. Or you have to go with someone like in the ilk of Skip in terms of maybe like a Yachty. Someone who's had experience managing. I think he managed the Dominican Republic team in the World Baseball Classic.
Yadier Molina, yeah, he did.
Yeah, so someone that can connect with the players in terms
definitely
like
someone that can connect with the players.
Or someone like Freddie.
What about what's Jeff Conine doing these days?
Here's why you can't hire Conine.
That's Mr. Marlin, bro.
Because of Griff.
So what?
You can't. I mean, listen, the Griffies played together, but to manage your son, I don't know about that.
If anybody can do it, it's that guy. Or you bring in who would be another ex-Marlin candidate, or I don't know, man. Or you go get a guy like a Matt Holliday. What's he doing these days?
Did Matt Holliday get? Does he have managerial experience?
Who cares? Skip didn't.
No, but Skip was a part of a coaching staff. I don't know if Matt Holliday is part of a coaching staff right now.
I think he might be in down in the Orioles organization somewhere. Obviously, his son is doing well. Is Jackson Holliday is doing great with Baltimore. I don't know. I mean, someone like that. I just think it would be cool to look at someone like that. I think someone like a Holiday or an ex-player can, like you said, connect with these young kids.
I would have brought
bring out the best in them. Huh?
I would have brought the Astros manager.
Who's the Astros?
He's our former third base coach.
Can't
Joe
think
Espada.
right now. Espada?
Yeah.
The sword?
Joe Espada. He's
not bad. Yeah. Is he of Cuban descent?
I don't know. He was part of Freddie's staff. But I mean, look at where he ended up. Part of the what's it called? The Astro staff. I mean, go get someone like was he suspended? Cora? Or is he still the Boston coach?
No. Alex Cora?
Joey Cora?
Joey Cora? I mean, he went to the U. Let me see. I'm drawing a blank, bro. It's a lot.
The Red Sox coach.
Red Sox manager.
Yeah, Alex Cora. Yeah, well, he's the Red Sox manager, so he's not giving that up. But, something like that. I mean, would you consider John Jay, who was on the staff before?
Oh, John Jay was a first base coach, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Hey, I think Cora would consider coming back to his roots. He played for the U, didn't he?
Maybe.
Or was it his brother Joey that played for the U?
I mean, I'd call up somebody like Rafi. He's from Miami.
Hold on.
Anyway, I feel like
University of Miami. So Alex played for the U.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
I mean,
we'd have to pay some money to get someone like an Alex Cora, man.
I mean, we're gonna have to pay money to anybody. This is a shit organization. Anybody who comes down here knows that their career might take a hit. So anybody that comes on here is going to get very well compensated. Otherwise, you're going to hire someone off the street in Hialeah, like a fan, to manage this team.
Hey, I'll throw my resume in the bag. Not from Hialeah.
So, all right, moving on.
Let's move on. We talked a lot about managers.
Yeah, our Cats right now are playing at home against the Vancouver Canucks. They're down 2-1. But last week they went on a little bit of a run. We beat Boston.
Yeah, we beat Boston twice already.
Right. We lost the next two games against Buffalo and Ottawa, and then we beat Buffalo, and then we beat Boston again.
Yeah,
2-2. And then we ended up in Columbus. Heavy emotional game. It was the celebration for Goudreau, who passed away in that
yeah.
terrible biking accident.
A nice
Uh,
gesture by the Panthers, though. I think they had like his jersey in every locker in their locker room or something like
yes.
that. Really, really cool. Class act by the organization. You got to applaud that.
And I really thought, I mean, Jesus, everything this team has gone through the last 2-3 seasons in terms of the grind, and then to get emotionally spent, I honestly thought that they were going to come out and just lay an egg. But Spencer Knight, 38 saves, first win of the season. Good
That's our
for
future
him.
right there.
Yeah, good for him. Reinhardt, a goal and 2 assists. The
Oh,
guy's been,
Sammy.
God, he's so ridiculous. Anton Lundell with 2 points, a goal and an assist.
Lundell's been killing early on in the season. Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately though, I think it was Sunday against Buffalo. Was it
The
Buffalo?
captain.
Barkey was gonna shoot for a goal, broke his stick, um, and the Sabres were going in for an empty netter. He tried. I mean, excellent hustle. He tried to get back, and he tried to basically skate like right off the Buffalo Sabre player, and they both went into the boards. Barkey ended up with a lower body injury. It looked really, really bad. But the initial prognosis was out 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. And like I was saying, I think I heard Paul Maurice saying his timeline may be sooner than that. But thankfully, it's not a more severe injury. You never like to lose anyone like that, the heart and soul of the squad,
Right.
for an extended period of time. So glad that Cap will be back sooner than later. We certainly got enough depth to fill the void. But I'm sure he's a presence out on the ice and in the locker room and during intermission, of course. So got to have him out there in order to have another successful season. So
Yeah,
glad that he'll be back.
and Kachuk is out. I think sick. He didn't make the trip. So they said he was going to be out about a week or so.
Yeah. Happens. Get him out of the way early. Get the injuries out of the way early on in the year. And you're right with a gutsy win against the Blue Jackets,
especially on a night like that.
Yeah. Certainly, like you said, emotionally draining. Travel, mixed in there too, and some tough, those hard fought games against Boston. Those kick you in the ass after you get off the ice.
And there's some literal ass kicking too, because there's always fights.
Yeah, always. So a lot of fights in those games, and so they take a toll on you physically. So to have the guys step up and get a win like that against the Blue Jackets is awesome. Hopefully, they can fight back tonight. I don't doubt they will.
It's 2-1 right now with about 3 minutes left in the second period.
Yeah.
So okay, moving on. The Heat season starts in about a week.
Yeah, what, on the 22nd, maybe something like that.
I believe so. I mean, this week they went on a little bit of run. They beat the Pelicans, they beat the Spurs, they beat the Hawks. They're 3-1. I think they blew that. What was it? The first game against Charlotte.
Yeah, the Hornets. Yeah.
Yeah, we were on air for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they rattled off 3 in a row. But the big news is that the starters played in a back-to-back. What have you seen from the Heat this week?
Man, what I've seen from the Heat is what we've seen the past, how bunch of seasons. I mean, it's just this team finds a way to just piece everything together. I mean, they're certainly heavily criticized. I'll be the first to admit I criticize the lack of moves and stuff like that. Pat Riley's been heavily criticized as of late for not making those big splashes. But this team always finds a way. One thing that you can't take away from the Miami Heat is that they've built a culture. They certainly have. This team is going to give you 100% on the practice while they practice, and it's going to translate onto the basketball court during the games. They're scrappy. They win the 50-50 balls. They play hard, man. They play hard, and they play together. And I like seeing that, and I like seeing guys at the end of preseason games that I've never heard their freaking name contribute.
It's funny you say that. Do you know what they call their practices?
I don't know.
They call them the Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. Yeah.
Yes.
But that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. That's what takes. That's why they take guys like a Jovic or like a Duncan Robinson or like guys that everybody passed up on, and they make them successful, pieces in a team, right? Everybody on this team has a role, and everybody on this team knows what that role is, right?
Thank you for watching, Mark. And 2-2, Cats come back in time.
What I say, baby? Let's go. Who got the equalizer, Mark?
There you go. Look at that. Lundell in the power play.
On cue, baby. Hey, power play. Something that we struggled with heavily.
Yeah.
Towards the end of last year and even into the postseason.
I remember they said
whether it was a penalty kill.
No, wave it. We don't want to be on the
we don't want to be on the power play. We always give up shorthanded goals.
Terrible.
So awesome to hear that we tied it up. Thank you, Mark. Mark, of course, is a integral cog in this org that we have going on here. He's fantastic. But the Heat. I mean, it's just they're well coached, dude. They're a well coached team. A well coached team can do so much. Right, obviously, De'Aaron Fox's name has been thrown out there as Miami as a destination that he wants to come to. What are your thoughts about that, Byron? Obviously, we'd have to give up something,
right? And that's what worries me because he's eligible for the biggest contract in NBA history.
I think he's worth every penny.
Yeah, except
he's a big time clutch scorer. This guy excels in the fourth quarter where the games matter the most.
Okay, so what would it take? I mean, Sacramento would want 3 first-round picks, which I'm okay with. What I'm worried about is what other pieces would they want? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm worried about it too because it's a big if, man. But you paired De'Aaron Fox, Jimmy Butler still got plenty of gas left in the tank, and a Bam Adebayo.
Would you give up Hero for him?
I think I would. Why? Availability is your best ability, bro. Tyler Hero has to show me something this season besides getting fucking hurt and not being able to contribute.
Yeah.
So do you get rid of him now while he's still got some value? Because we know Hero could ball, but one of the problems is he can't stay on the court.
Some of it hasn't been his fault, but I see what. Yes, you're 100% correct.
So I mean, I think it's something we should at least explore. I really do. I like De'Aaron Fox. I think he's dynamic. He's a
superstar.
He is big time. I mean, I also like what the Kings are building over there, man. That's something special that they got going over there. But money talks, and Miami's is a hot destination because they know that they build winners down here.
Well, the question is, to come down here, would he take less?
I don't know. I think he's at a point in his career where he's like, bro, I'm tired of getting ousted in the postseason. I want to make a run, huh?
In the first round, yeah.
Tired of getting bounced in the first round, bro. That shit gets old.
Yeah,
and he shoulders a hell of a scoring load on there. Obviously, they picked up DeMar. The Kings got DeMar. Yeah, DeRozan. So I mean, he's got a good squad over there in Sacramento. They're gonna make some noise.
But there's nothing like the culture.
Yeah, maybe there's something that he doesn't like about Sacramento. I mean, the taxes could be one could be one of the things. So who knows? But I like where the Heat are now. I think they have a lot of great pieces, man. I really like this kid Ware. I think he can be a big contributor. Offer some relief for Bam. It could definitely stretch the floor. You like what you see from Josh Christopher on there too. You wrote his name down.
Yeah, Caleb Daniels too has been monster rebounding.
Yeah, something that we struggled with, crashing the boards last season. It seemed like the Heat were always out rebounding. So that's big time. That's big time for me. Ware's a big body. He's gonna get some boards for you. Caleb Daniels, like you said, has been crashing the boards and cleaning it up as well. I'm excited about what that kid from Arizona can do too, man. Phil Larson. Yeah, Arizona. He's comes from a very, very good program in Arizona. A lot of people talk about the UNCs and the North and the Dukes and the Kansas and the Kentucky. You forget that Arizona is continually a contender, and they're always and they're very, very well coached. So I know that kid comes from a winning culture as well. I'm sure his work ethic is not lacking, and those are the type of guys that fit the Heat team.
Yeah, 100%. If you don't work hard, you can't be in the system.
You can't even sniff it. Yeah.
Yeah. So other big news is the Miami Heat have named the floor at the Kaseya Center Pat Riley Court at Kaseya Center.
Yeah, about that time.
Yeah, very well deserved. We move on to Inter Miami. Mark is a big cog in that false nine, which we put out a little bit earlier today.
Byron doing double duty today.
This Saturday, Inter Miami plays New England Revolution. They're 2 points away from tying the record. So a win, and we set the new record. The debate today was whether we put out the second team and see if they can do it, or whether we go for it. We both voted to go ahead and go for it. Play Messi, play Suarez, go out and get that record. What do you think?
I mean, what's this? I mean, as a fan, sure.
It would equal kind of like when the Warriors said, "Yeah, we're gonna go break the Bulls record."
Yeah, but what does that do? What does that do? You run the risk also maybe of getting one of your top guys injured before things start to matter. Before the postseason. I mean, you already won the Supporter Shield, right? What's the points record mean? I mean, but it's not like it's going to catapult you to another level. You've already proven so many things. I mean, it
would mean you had the best season in MLS history. That's what it would mean.
Yeah. Does that mean you're not going to have a chance to achieve that next season too? With what you're. There was talks about Pogba maybe coming into Miami.
You had placed that article there, yes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think you go with the second team, and we'll see what Tata decides. I think the second team could still do that. Could still get you a win.
No
definitely.
Doubt. Yeah, no doubt. I believe in that second team.
And what are the Revolution playing for?
If it is my understanding that they are on the bubble in terms.
So basically, it's one of those like, hey, if they win, they're in.
They're second to last in the East. They have no shot of making the playoffs, so they are playing for nothing. They're putting 11 guys out there.
Yeah, so you can probably beat them with the second team, dude. I would be confident in the second team. I would bench Suarez and I would bench Messi. Do
you think they'd play their starters just to keep you from the record?
I mean, I think they would play their starters just to have some continuity.
I mean, at the end of the day,
but not all the starters. I don't think they threw all their cards out there
to keep their name off the record book.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I got some mixed feelings, but I would rather keep a lot of those guys fresh. Especially a Suarez. He's no spring chicken.
Yeah,
Neither is Messi. Maybe some of your younger guys you can afford to throw out there for the purpose of continuity, right? Suarez and Messi don't need that continuity. They could fall off of their bed in the middle of the night and still perform.
the guy who looks like he always fell out of bed is Alba. Every time I
Yeah,
see him, it looks like he just got out of bed.
Jordi Alba, bro. Yeah, Busquets. I wouldn't play any of those guys.
All right. So we move on.
We'll
The
see.
Dolphins. We got the Colts on Sunday. Anthony Richardson is set to start.
In line
Uh,
to start. Yeah.
the big news is that
Is
McDaniel said,
JT starting? Is Jonathan Taylor set to start as well?
I'm not sure. I can look at the injury report, but the big news is that McDaniel came out and said that Tua Tagovailoa is going to play this season.
Well, I don't
And
think we. I
what are
don't
your
think
thoughts on
we.
that?
I don't think we questioned that. We always thought that the Cardinals was the date for his return.
I've
So,
always maintained that it was
and I thought it was going to be
the
sooner than that.
Thanksgiving
I
game.
didn't think he was going to be put on the IR. So,
Okay.
I mean, we've talked about this. It's been brought up too. Despite how much of a dumpster fire this season has been, with Jalen Phillips going down again with another injury, he got a successful surgery. By the way, we don't know how
Yes.
far Bradley Chubb is away. There's talks about Emmanuel Ogbah being dealt to guys, to teams that need some edge help, like the Lions, losing Aiden Hutchinson
That
to
has Hassan Reddick written all over it for me.
or a Reddick, yeah. He's been holding out. But despite all the shit that's gone on, the Dolphins are one game away from being 500 and having Tua back. And you feel like that's what the rest of the division thinks as well, because the Bills go up there and upgrade a wide receiver, get him Amari Cooper. The Jets, despite their struggles, go over and get a Devontae Adams. Those are some two big weapons that can make a lot of that can make a significant difference. Obviously the Jets still have some work to do. Their defense hasn't been what it's been in the past, so they're going to have to kind of obviously they have some turmoil as far as their head coaches or the head man job. So they're going to have to figure a lot of shit out. But Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, there's no questioning that there's a connection there, and those guys know how to play with each other, and they're very dangerous when they're on the same page. You think Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers were dangerous? This motherfucker is on another level.
So Jonathan Taylor did not practice Thursday, so it's trending as if he probably will not play on Thursday. And Alec Pierce wasn't in the building on Wednesday, did not practice again on Thursday.
That's good. That's a good sign for Miami, because Miami doesn't do well against physical backs, and Jonathan Taylor is a physical specimen, and he was kind of coming into his own. Sucks for my fantasy team because I got to find a replacement for Jonathan Taylor, but it's good for the Dolphins, who could potentially have a leg up there against Indianapolis, and Alec Pierce, another big a big time threat for them. Is maybe not playing. That's good. Now we can hone in on Pittman and take him out of the equation. And then you have to account for Anthony Richardson making plays with his legs and outside the pocket as well. So it's going to be a tough matchup regardless. But I think our front seven can maybe make Anthony Richardson uncomfortable back there. Especially since he's coming off, what was it, an oblique injury or something?
Who?
Oblique? Wasn't it like an oblique or a?
Which player?
Anthony Richardson.
No, it was a hip.
Hip. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna be maybe not as mobile. Who knows? Or he might be a little hesitant to take off, especially if we hit him a couple good times. So we'll see. We'll see, man. I think we have a good chance against Indy. Certainly, probably a low scoring game, But I think we have a good chance to come out of there 3-3.
What do you make of McDaniel saying that Skyler is healthy, but Huntley is getting the start?
Because Skyler's not healthy, or I don't know that Skylar's ready. I don't think Skylar sees the field again as a Miami Dolphin.
You don't think he plays again?
No.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Trey Lance. What was it? Trey Lance was also thrown out there as a possibility for the Dolphins.
Why?
More so for the Cowboys trying to get some help in their backfield. There was talks about maybe Raheem Mostert, being dealt.
I would say this: he can't beat out Cooper Rush. Why would we want him on our team?
First of all, I wasn't an advocate. I'm just saying what's been thrown out there.
And I'm asking, if this man can't beat out Cooper Rush, why would we want him on our team?
I don't know. He's young and he's mobile, and I think we can maybe work with that. And let's be honest, has Trey Lance really had any sort of a shot to beat out anybody in that organization? I don't know that he's been well managed over there.
You mean the Cowboys haven't done a good job of
exactly. Cowboys haven't done a good job of anything lately. So I don't doubt that they've dropped the ball with Trey Lance too. I think Mike McDaniel can possibly do something with a Trey Lance.
All right. Well, we move on. Bye week over for the Miami Hurricanes, still at number 6.
Big game Saturday against Louisville. Yeah.
Yeah. Louisville against noon. Against Louisville
at noon.
FSU announced that it would be a 7 o'clock game on ESPN.
Yeah, tickets are still more expensive than the Dolphins game the following day against the Cardinals, by the way. I've checked.
So, what do you make of the 2 one-loss teams ahead of us, Georgia and
Ohio State?
And I'm still listening, but I'll be right back.
It's tough for me to see that. I mean, I'm not. I think Georgia is going to face, of course, a stiff test against the Longhorns this Saturday, right? Is that this Saturday, Georgia, Texas?
3:30, I believe, on ABC.
Yeah. So hey, it's gonna work out at the end of the day, I think. Ohio State, Ryan Day is struggled to against the bigger
anybody good.
Against anybody good. Yeah, exactly. So I have a problem with Ohio State being ahead of us. I don't have a problem with Georgia being ahead of us. So I was indifferent. I mean, I think the Canes are right about where they need to be, somewhere between 4 and 6. I think someone had them as high as 3. Somebody's poll out there, and not that it matters. The AP poll is the one that fucking matters. But what I'm saying is that I think the Hurricanes aren't tragically underranked or anything like that. Slow starts against California, slow starts against Vatek, and you right that ship, and I'm sure Cristobal and the staff had enough time to think about both those weeks. Those were let's not forget California's defense is one of the top defenses in the nation.
Yes, they're legit. That wasn't a slouch defense.
And we did a number on them in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter.
The quarter and a half. The second half of the quarter and the fourth, yes.
So what makes me mad more is that Cam Ward is not even thrown in the Heisman conversation anymore. Now he's an afterthought. Well, just because of the guy putting up monster numbers in Boise State in that backfield. So now he's it's crazy. But who the fuck is he playing against? Who has he played against?
I mean,
tell me who he's played against. He played against fucking Hawaii or something, and they struggled against Hawaii.
Their video game numbers, regardless.
Yeah, but if their video game numbers, you're playing against guys who are gonna become fucking Best Buy managers after their fucking senior year of college.
I mean, it's the top 2 guys are Genty and Hunter right now.
Travis Hunter, yeah, I like Travis Hunter, but he's been hurt.
He plays 100 snaps a game.
Well, yeah, you're right. But
He
so
plays
was it?
defense,
So
offense and defense.
yeah, I think they need to focus on keeping him at wide receiver, and but but they need him. They need him at DB too because he's great. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's an amazing talent. But now even Shadir Sanders is I mean, according to some polls, is like ahead of freaking Cam Ward in the Heisman race, bro.
No, that's
Get
dumb.
the fuck out of here.
No, it's dumb.
That's another thing that I think will play itself out. If Cam Ward,
what is it that you're looking forward to the most this week?
The Hurricanes to just come out and firing on all cylinders and blow the roof off of Louisville. Like,
okay,
let's beat them fucking 47-10 and silence all those people that were like, oh, you should be 4-2. Fuck you. So
yeah.
that's what I need.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the Miami sports this week. The Heat season getting started, injected into my veins. I love the Heat regular season. And then, just hopefully it's a good week in terms of we talk about a lot of teams winning.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. It's Miami sports are in full swing.
Yeah.
Miami's doing big things. I'm excited to see what the Marlins do, man. We'll see what the Marlins do. Maybe they hire someone that we're like, oh shit, we didn't see that one coming. Nice.
Doubt it. Peter Bendix is probably going to hire a calculator to be the next man.
Or we can hope that Peter Bendix gets hit by a freaking dump truck when he's walking out of his house to get the mail or something.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me.
No, we don't condone any violence here on the KSN Sports Network. We're just not big fans of Peter Bendix. So yes. I think that's not a secret anymore. Byron has made that pretty public.
Yeah. So anything Dolphins Mondays, Dolphin Chronicles?
What are we teasing anything or what are we doing?
No. Just regular coverage, pregame, postgame show on Monday. This week in Miami, hopefully, will be regularly scheduled programming on Tuesday.
Yeah. Tuesday nights would be ideal. Yeah.
Yeah. Wednesday we got hurricane warning. Thursday we have Inter Miami. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we spend the weekend watching sports.
Hey, I'll tell you what we need. We need an update on that KSN Fantasy League. I know I've ripped off 3 wins in a row in Survivor. So do I have the least revivals so far?
If you give me a second, I can give you on that. I don't think so. I think our boy Brandon has the least amount, but I can check right now.
Well, he's fixing the shit to bed.
The Survivor pool we have. I've lost 3 times. Brandon's lost once. Victor Augusto Jr. has lost 2. Mark has lost twice. You've lost twice. Our boy. I
lost twice with fucking AFC North teams, bro. What a letdown.
Our boy Johnny, the Yankee fan, has lost 5 times.
Oh, the guy, he is struggling.
My father-in-law, Big Bear, has lost twice. And Mr. Red, I forget his name. He's only lost 3 times.
All right, so let's put a graphic together after the results this week, and then on the next show we'll throw up the fantasy results, the Survivor, and then our fantasy football league standings as well.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sound fun?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
All right. For Alex, where can they find you?
Right there, your screen, TX_TSB on X, baby.
You can find me at Paramount P and at KSN Sport on X and KSN Sportsnet on IG.
And also check out our articles on what's that platform?
Substack.
Substack. All right, put a link in one of the posts. Let's go.
Sir. Yes, sir. Have a great one, guys.
Take it easy.